Yeah, 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 yeah. This some other shit I need to tell you. Before you in the rooms, I can smell you. You are like need, I inhale you. You like the weed, I inhale you. You killing shit, ain't shit they can tell you. Wanna buy you up and just sell you. Girl, you drive me crazy like Bellevue. Call me Patrick Swayze, let me mold you. Baby, let me hold you. Feelings that you go through, you need to let them go. That nigga, he is no use. Come and get this dick like you supposed to. I done talk too much, let me show you. I just wanna fuck you the best. Hope this shit feel better than your ex. Cause pussy ain't never felt this good. And I pray that I'll feel better. And I can tell. You getting wetter, baby. You getting wetter. This attraction proven to be fatal. I'm killing this pussy, getting touched by an angel. And this motel being everything but faithful. Got me eating pussy just like you my main hoe. But I'ma eat that pussy whenever you say so. Call a nigga Nate Dogg, I know how to lay low. Hit me up when you go to work. Get the room, watch you go berserk. Pussy coming like you doing a twerk team. Wu-Tang Clan, I need more cream. Yo, pussy dope. Know this shit is morphine. You put the dope in dopamine. Fucking you to the morning. Into noon cause we horny. Hit me up when you want me. Just hit me up when you want me. I just wanna fuck you.
Good morning, Grand Rising. It's the Hood Mystic representing.
Hope this shit feel better than your ex. Cause pussy ain't never felt this good. And I pray that I'll feel better. And I can
I just kind of recap my week subtly. Still talking about the astrology of the day. How the astrology of the day ties into a lot of different things. And as a studier of things, I've never in my life found so much validation within my studying. So like now I'm at a point where the things that I'm studying and the things that I'm experiencing, it's like real time. And so peace to everybody on the live. I know it's early, but I got things to do today. So we're gonna start off early and deal with some astrology and just look at this and talk about this, and hopefully this makes as much sense to you as it makes to me, and all of that. And so we're going back. So Tuesday we talked about Mars trine Venus. Today we're going to talk about Venus trine Mars. Kind of different, kind of the same, but kind of different, being that the Mars aspect, which we talked about earlier in the week, was putting action to enhancing our conscious awareness in real time. And now we're dealing with the results or the actual freedom of that, like really learning how to react to situations in real time spiritually and how to do that. I'll intro this video talking about the astrology, but real quick, I watched this movie last night for the first time called The Butterfly Effect. It's old as hell. Nobody told me about it, and we supposed to be friends. But you know, thankful for my wife because she had it on, and that movie basically summed up everything that I've been talking about this week. Like literally it summed up everything that I was talked. Yeah, right. It taught like I did not know nothing about that movie, and changing your past that actually change your future. All of the things that we've been building. I don't want to say model your life after the butterfly effect, but as a base understanding of how to change your reality. Oh, it's more butterfly effects? Oh shit. I know what I'm doing this weekend. Yeah. So Venus and Libra really speaks to a level of understanding how to react in new situations, how to react to new people. What are people? Who are people? Like really understanding that people outside of you, nothing you can do about them. The only thing that you could do is get your shit together and understand that it's your energy that incites the vibration. You are the vibe. So if you're talking about what they doing and how they ain't really up on shit, like I literally don't have space and time to be thinking about what other people are doing because I have so much shit that spirit has placed before me to accomplish, to put out, to develop, and relationships to talk to, and I mean people to talk to, people to grow with. Like I can't be sitting back thinking that shit kind of crazy to me. Like of course you can look at my life and be like, oh, he's not perfect. But, I really worked hard and I'm really practicing good business and I'm a man of integrity. So, of course, people don't understand that and they think that I'm doing something shady or whatever the case may be. But it's not me, it's them. And I'm going to continue to do good business. I'm going to continue to provide and be here daily and, this is me progressing into the 21st century and what that looks like. For a person that doesn't have a website, for a person that doesn't have a social media account, and they may look at this as like, you wasting your time and this, that, and the third. I've literally expanded who I am and who I've come on this planet to be based upon technology and things of that nature. So it's never a point of what another person is doing. It's all about what resonates with you, where are you being led to, where is your training, what are you good at, and really expressing that in what area of life that is. And it does not matter. You are a part of God, and your part to play is exemplifying that God energy in this moment. So you always have a particular insight. You always could be a particular vibe in a particular situation, no matter what. There has to be some entertainment if the world's ending and we all sitting around the campfire at night, getting ready to brave a next day of, Holocaust survival, or I mean, nuclear Holocaust survival. Like, who's going to be the one that dances for us at night? Who's going to be the singer? Who's going to be playing the ukulele? Like, all of this is important. And so, Venus and Libra, that's a mundane level of Venus and Libra. The deeper part of sidereal Venus and Libra, which we're also pulling from 12 sign Venus and Scorpio in the Sabian symbol, where we realize that the goddess within can help us deal with a lot of bullshit in our life and help us understand a lot of bullshit that we're experiencing. And if I say the goddess within and you look at me like I don't know what you're talking about, then it's important. It is paramount. It is probably the most important thing you can do in life is to get in contact with the goddess within. And this Capricorn solar eclipse, it doesn't even require you much to do but to simply realize and honor and deal with and recognize the goddess that lives within your heart. And this is simply a level of being one with nature or being against nature. There are so many people that are in love with this imaginary boyfriend or the actual boyfriend, a husband, a wife, and children, and you love everybody, but you don't even love the goddess within your heart, and you don't even realize. And the sad part, the sad part is that you don't even realize that you do have a goddess that sits within your heart. So imagine the loneliness that she feels, where you would, you know, pay for dinner to go out with this girl, but you won't even take 5 to 10 minutes to recognize the goddess within. So it's not one of those conscious mind games where the goddess within is your wife. No, the goddess within is a completely separate whole entity that exists. That kind of speaks to this Venus and Libra, and where you may need freedom, or you may need happiness, or you may need joy, and you don't got to do too much to get it. Basically, you have to really just become one with self, and then from that perspective, then you externalize, and then everything becomes a reflection of the goddess within. An example of this is when yesterday I went to the supplement store. Like, I be up on my supplements lately, like, find that's very important with what I'm doing, and I be like, I really gotta think, I gotta think better. Like, I haven't been thinking the best, so I've been going to the supplement store, and I've been taking my tryptophan. I've been really just been taking my tryptophan, to be honest. No, trypsin, ginseng, ginkgo biloba. Like, I've been on that, and I've been liking how that's been resonating with me. But I went the other day, they got their little staff or whatever, and this time this lady was there I never seen before. And as soon as I walk in the door, shorty read me, but she was on her salesman slash psychic slash, trying to help a brother out. But then at the same time, she was trying to come up off a nigga, like, like, you need this, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna come back and get that later. Like, you already got me. You already got me for 5 things. Like, I only came here to get my tryptophan and keep it moving. But she's like, you need this for this, and you need that for that. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. But I was already thinking that, so I couldn't be mad. And the lady was reading the fuck out of me. So it's just kind of like, I say that to say that for a variety of reasons. Being in tune with the goddess within, you project a certain illusionary world that everything becomes the goddess. Like, that old lady was an astral projection of the goddess, and I literally walked into the store and she's like, get this calcium irotate. Like she is just like, get this and you gonna love this, and that's what I needed. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then some other shit that I needed. And now I feel like, okay, this is the vibe that I was really going for within. And just having this conversation, it kind of put 2 and 2 together. Of course, your wife, your girlfriend, and things of that nature could be avatars for the goddess within. But if you don't find it within, you just might be wasting your time with another Shanae that's about to just spend all your money up. So that's one level. And then the other level is Mars in sidereal Pisces. And then we also have Mars in the 12th sign Aries, I think it is. And so we pull from both. We don't just stay in one lane. We pull from sidereal, 12 sign, Vedic. If you come up with an astrology system and it's valid, I will pull from that too. 13 sign astrology, all of these things work in our favor, but we are taught to fragment it, and you can only focus on one certain form of astrology, and therefore the power of astrology is lessened, because 12 sign people don't fuck with 13 sign people, don't fuck with Vedic sign people, and we all need to be dealing with each other on a level of astrology and having a full congruent understanding of what's going on astrologically. So, it's like you can read about 12 sign astrology and feel that it's valid and accurate the same way you could read half a book and think that everything that happened in the book, but it may be a whole nother half of the book that give you more context, may you may oh my goodness, may allow you to like the book better. So therefore, understanding astrology holistically is the best thing that I would subscribe to anybody who's understanding astrology. And start with 12 sign astrology first, or start with Vedic first, but start with something first and then kind of spread. And then after that, develop your own astrology. Develop your own. You know what I'm saying? Create your own astrology that incorporates all the different astrologies, and then have your footnotes and your bookmarks of, you know, the different points of where what you're saying has valid. Oh my. Today is not a good talking day for me for some reason. I said that this was going to be a short video, and so I can kind of feel like that's why. But ultimately, what I learned from the butterfly effect and Mars and Pisces is to look objectively, and to look at yourself objectively is to separate the person from the consciousness, or the soul from the person, and honestly look at yourself that way and fully realize that you have the power to affect and change the person's life from a soul level. And it's a clear cut, definitive way to establish that. And it's not through sadness, it's not through pain, it's not through anguish, it's not through depression, it's not through grief. Just because you sad don't mean something special about to happen to you. If you're gonna really reach this level, if you're really gonna reach this place, you're gonna have to develop a sense of humor. You're gonna have to learn how to laugh. I don't know if people follow me on social media. Like, I literally laugh all day. And the fact that I laugh all day, it pisses a lot of people off. But you know what? I'm not gonna stop laughing. I'm not gonna stop enjoying myself. And I can't even predicate it on things happening externally. I've literally had to develop a system to better myself, to raise myself up in truth. And I can't be sad with y'all. I can't be depressed with y'all. So therefore, cause depression, sadness, pain, anguish, at its core spiritual level, is a choice that you're making. And if you don't want to change it, that's fine. But I've dealt with that sadness, depression, anguish, anxiety, stress shit, and I'm good on that. We can't exchange cups. You offer me a cup of stress, anxiety, fear. You say, drink from this. Nah, I'm good, son. I'm sorry. I'm good. So what Mars and Pisces is actually doing is polarizing, because where it's at in 12 sign astrology is in Aries, where it's at in sidereal is in Pisces. But I want to focus on the Aries part for 1 second. It's initiating a new cycle in our being, in our understanding, in our action. Lo and behold, it's a new year, and maybe we're not even talking about it in a Gregorian sense, like Happy New Year. We're talking about this Mars cycle that we're experiencing. A new expression, a new way to be, a new way to act, and you can reinvent yourself and you can do some new shit. I don't care who you are, because a lot of people find something that works, find something that feels good. Nothing worse than like a neo soul person that's like stuck in that time zone, because that's the most perfect sublime reality for a nigga. But even that has to change. Even that has to evolve. Even that becomes corny after a certain point of time. So it's just an idea of really separating yourself from that which you're comfortable with, and illuminating yourself from a true aspect, and stop being so goddamn sad and triggered all the time, because it fucking is not that serious. It's not. And I don't care what you talking about. I don't care how you feeling. It's never that serious to be on social media looking at somebody post something and you feel a certain type of way. That's a level of separation that needs to exist. And Mars and Pisces, this aggressive energy is really kind of bringing that to the forefront. So what are you gonna do? So just another level. I don't know if y'all started at the beginning, but y'all probably didn't. Love that picture. The butterfly effect. This should have been the cover art to that movie. But anyway, Mars and Pisces ultimately trine Venus and Libra ultimately speaks to objectivation. So I was gonna say objectification, but that's not what we're gonna say. We're gonna say objectivation. It's probably a word you never heard before, never thought before, because it's not objectification where you're objectifying something. It's literally detaching your consciousness from shit. How you feel about something when your consciousness could care less because you are a soul too. That's very benign and very unbothered by this illusionary world. So therefore, back to my original point where we're talking about finding the goddess within, where you might have a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife that you love very much. And that's cool. And but that's not what I'm talking about when we talk about real happiness and real joy and real sexual pleasure. Do you know that most and good love songs are the songs that are you singing to your soul or singing to yourself? It's not really about, you can sing a love song and not really think about nobody else outside of you. You could be really singing to yourself. So the most beautiful, beautiful love songs are the love songs that you really sing to yourself and really develop that. And I know what y'all been thinking this whole time. I was like, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna really do a guided meditation on the goddess within. I want to do that tonight. All time considering, I got some things to do, but hopefully I have enough time to do the goddess within meditation. If not Saturday for sure, if not Sunday for sure. The tarot card of the day, finishing up this video. Just wanted a short video. Apologize for the times that I was tongue-tied. My mind is going faster than my mouth. That's why I talk slow, because I think so fast. And if I start to talk fast, it just go crazy. But the card of the day is the Two of Wands. I don't know why. But these tarot cards and this teach me to row, it just be touching me at the core, like at the core deepest level. It's like I cannot find no greater explanation for these tarot cards than teach me to row. And I'm grown enough and strong enough and proud enough to say that. Like, I'm back to the Rider Waite. Like, this shit is so good. Like, this shit is so profound, the imagery, you know. And I started with the Rider Waite, but I always felt like a negative vibration to it. Like, I don't like these cards for real. Like, I like them. So my goal was always to find some more abstract, deeper cards, and I did that for years. But now I'm just back here at this Rider Waite. Like, this is exactly what I need to see right now. This is exactly what I'm speaking to. But literally, he has the world in his hand. He's ready to act, and him pulling out that world in his hand is like him pulling it out of himself and just kind of showing it for art, picture status, or even if it's not within him, he at least is carrying it on his journey. And how do you know that he's going on a journey? Because he's literally looking out. And a journey is something that he has to go on because he literally has the whole world in his hand. And when you deal with your goddess within, you're dealing with everything known to the universe. So it's hard to be in a toxic situation and deal with the goddess within. It's hard to be hurt. It's hard to be in pain. It's hard to to have questions. Like all of these external questions that you might have for me or whoever else on the internet, like literally it's a point of meditation, visualization, and understanding, study, things of that nature to get to this point to realize that the goddess within your heart is a valid thought. Meaning that the whole goddess spectrum could be a representation of different entities and different beings that live directly in our heart. And therefore, we're looking for them in some form of ritual. What offering or what do I have to do to get in contact with Oshun or whatever the case may be? Oshun is in your heart. And a slew of others. That's why you could particularly dream about them or have a resonation with them. And you shouldn't end there. You should continuously develop that relationship, whether it be Lilith, a whole slew of goddesses that I hear people talk about. And what if those goddesses live specifically in your heart and they're able for you to interface with and deal with right now? So, and then it shouldn't be any question from that perspective. It should be a lot of answers and a lot of realization. Just what a week, Friday. If you didn't know, Friday is Frida. Frida is a goddess, and I like to think of Frida, Friday, and freedom all being synonymous. And true freedom is really found within. And I know that people struggle with that concept. So hopefully I could be simply a daily reminder of things that you've heard before and maybe have forgot. But understanding that, it's all a part of the butterfly effect. It's all a part of one thing lead into many. And I think that movie was really about karma to the point where the movie was over once he said, I hate you and don't ever fucking talk to me again. And then he was able to walk past old girl and just keep living their lives because y'all be acting like boning somebody is going to make your life better when literally my man was walking out taking care of patients. She was a boss walking down the street. And it's like we could be in these relationships and we could want to see each other do better without the karma. We don't have to fuck. We don't have to bump uglies or nothing like that to be brother and sister, to be, want the best for each other. And I think ultimately that's what that movie was saying. I don't know if people realize that, the difference between karma and dharma, no matter what solution that he had when trying to make it with, I forget her name. I want to call her Keisha for some reason. That would Keisha and Jerome. I swear I kept seeing black people when I was watching that movie too. Like I don't know, it just seemed like a ghetto hood movie, and a lot of it. Well, I don't know. That movie was deep, and we could probably talk about that movie for another hour or so. But ultimately, being in the relationships that don't require karma, just require dharma, just really wanting to see the best for each other, and without that negative pull. Dope movie, dope place and time to be in. Realize that with this with this new moon, solar eclipse energy, if we don't never talk, again, not like that, but past Saturday or Sunday, and I don't come back until Monday, I just want people to realize that you're able to change your past and you're able to change your future. And so with that power and responsibility, get up off your ass, stop feeling sad and sorry for yourself, change your past, change your history, stop reading the same script, change the script, and deal with a different reality. And I promise you, things will work out. And hopefully, daily, I just try and prove to be a living testament of that. And that's all I can really say. And hopefully, I'll see you guys a little later with that goddess meditation. But if not, reach me at hoodmystic@gmail.com, patreon.com/thehoodmystic. The website is www.hoodmystic.com. Other than that, peace. Have a good